Welcome to the Power Chamber Podcast.
The only PCP with more ink than you.
Do we have ink?
I have ink.
Oh.
I have ink.
That's what you're talking about.
You have ink too. I didn't wear sleeves.
Okay, so we're just here to talk about...
Something, because it's still the hiatus season.
Yes.
Happy
for
summer.
the foreseeable future. Do you think this hiatus period thing is going to go out once Hasbro gets it?
Once Hasbro takes it off of Nickelodeon, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They won't get it.
I was going to say, Beast Morphers is still going to be on Nickelodeon as far as we know. So
yes.
Stay posted.
Super Beast Morphers.
But we're not here to talk about that. Yeah, Super Beast Morphers. That'll be super fun. No, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Trollhunters, something that we've been just keeping up with also.
Yeah, this has been a show that was developed by Guillermo Del Toro.
I was very sold as soon as I heard Guillermo Del Toro was on the project.
And
that's all I needed.
And the reason that I started watching, or that I caught on to this show, is because it's written by the Hageman brothers, who also write NinjaGo, or most of NinjaGo. We'll get definitely down the line. But yeah, that's kind of how I got turned on to this show, and we've been keeping up with it for the past couple of years. They just ended the show with season 3 on Netflix.
End of an era.
Yeah. It's been quite a time, and man,
the reason that the show ended is kind of sad.
Well, I think that we'll get into it, but this was one of the better shows that we've basically sat down to watch. Definitely one of the better Netflix shows. It's
kind of like Steven Universe. Like, it's a superhero origin story with the most unlikely of heroes in a fantasy setting rather than a science fiction setting. Yes. So it stars, or I guess it's centered around this kid who finds an ancient artifact that is able to turn him into a Power Ranger.
Sure.
That's exactly what happens.
Let's go with that. Knights of Turnanog.
The Knights of Turnanog, yeah. Turns out that it actually belongs to a secret civilization of trolls.
Yes.
That are sworn to protect, how do you say, the reality?
Well, no, so the way they explain it is that the Trollhunter,
who was the Power Ranger, the Black Panther of the Trollhunterverse.
Right. He is sworn to protect all of trollkind and all of humankind.
Right. And make sure that they stay divided.
Right. Because nobody knows the trolls exist. So
in the human world.
That if they get to the surface and all this stuff turns out to be happening, then all bad things go down and war and
Yeah. You
so,
know, we are the crystal gems.
Yeah. So the show pretty much centers around they're trying to stop this evil. I guess
entity.
Is he a general or whatever?
Bular?
No, Gunmar.
Gunmar he's not a general.
Is he like a king?
He's like a warlord. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to stop this evil troll from escaping a
dark realm,
a prison. Yeah, it's like an alternate reality. The shadows. How do you say? The Phantom Zone. And
Shadow Serene.
The Shadow Serene. And they try to keep him from escaping the Phantom Zone through the Stargate, and
right, and we just kind of go into the show.
But action ensues.
Yeah, this has been one of the better shows that we've.
And it is a ride. Yeah, like from start to finish. This show is written very tightly. Like, there's no wasted time. This could be an anime, were it in any other art style rather than the DreamWorks. How to Train Your Dragon. Also, but it is nice. I will say it's very pretty.
Guillermo Del Toro originally wanted to do this as like a movie series,
right?
But he'd been working on this for 10 years, and he's been going back and forth. One of the reasons that he's not working on, or that he didn't work on the sequel to Pacific Rim, was so that he could do this show because he'd been working on it for so long.
Yeah, and thank God he did.
They went for Netflix, which I thought was a good idea.
That's a great
for
platform.
Everything they wanted to do. Yeah. I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah, without studio mandating and like, hey, you can't do that on TV.
Right, yeah, there's a lot of that. They use death a lot.
There's an actual real sense of danger. I had forgotten what that felt like thanks to Ninja Steel.
I'm gonna use your skull as a goblet and all that other stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But we've talked about this.
Ron Perlman plays one of the generals in the show.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
But we've talked about this before.
Yeah, we've probably touched on this a while.
We mentioned Trollhunters when we were talking about the first season of Ninja Steel, primarily because it does the better version of the Victor and Monty plot.
Yeah.
Through careful planning.
They just write those guys better. Yeah. I'm sorry.
And that's even led to discussions between us about like if Hageman's working on a Power Ranger series. Yeah. Not sure if that's going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen as long as NinjaGo's around. Yeah. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we've got at least 3 years
maybe
left of NinjaGo, probably.
I think this next one's going to... Well, yeah, probably about 2 years. Yeah. We'll find out.
It's coming up on the
way late
finish. But the point is, Trollhunters is a great show.
Yeah. But yeah, they recently ended their last season, so we figured we'd just go a full spoiler discussion because there's a lot of things to unpack, especially with this last season.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start by saying... So the voice of Jim Lake, the main character, was originally Anton Yelchin. What was his name? Emil Hirsch.
Right, took over
for season 3.
Well, because as soon as the show aired, like right before it came out, like while they were doing the promotions or whatever,
post-production
that's
stuff.
when Anton Yelchin unfortunately passed away.
Yeah.
So
freak accident.
Yeah. So they were like, well...
I mean, we've still got this show.
I mean, I thought that given that whole thing, this thing was only going to be like a season.
Yeah.
Television because they obviously can't.
If it got released at all, I mean,
right.
This could have just as easily gone in the vault.
Well, I don't know. They still got a good chunk out of it, I think. But they were able to keep him on for the first 2 seasons. Granted,
sometimes
season 1's
weird about stuff like that. But.
Season 1's longer than season 2 is, so
yeah.
Maybe that kind of played a factor into it. I'm not sure. Yeah. But he does a really good job, does Anton Yelchin in this role. But gets...
He was my original choice to play Billy in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie.
Yeah, it was a lot of people's choices. Yeah. But he got replaced by Emil Hirsch, who kind of took over the reins for the last half, I guess.
Yeah, of season
3.
Oh, yeah, it's relatively early.
Yeah, it's like two-thirds of the way.
Yeah.
It's pretty... He starts taking the reins.
Yeah, but we'll get into that. So, this kid, he lives with his mom, single parent.
Oh, okay, so you want to just do a play-by-play?
I don't know. I wasn't going to do a play-by-play.
Oh, okay.
I was just going to kind of cover the base points.
Sure.
Like, start to finish. Like,
okay.
His dad missing, that really doesn't come up.
Well, no, it's not his dad missing. His dad left.
Right.
That's like a big point in his character. And it does come up a lot. Because the thing about this show is that, like... so the Hagemans are really good at writing father-son dynamics. I'm very surprised.
At the Lego movie?
Well, no, because they... Exactly, right, it's right there. See, I didn't know that was there until you just mentioned it. But in NinjaGo, it's there a lot. There's always this thing with, like... son and father and all this other stuff and all this stuff.
Siblings.
So they're really good at writing that type of dynamic, but most of the time, like the mother's the one that's like out of the picture.
Yeah.
For this one, they kind of flipped it to where his dad's been gone since he was 5, and that kind of is why he latches so hard onto Strickler, who's like his English teacher, I think is what it is. Is that what it is? I can't remember.
I don't remember. It was a while ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. And so much has changed.
He's more like his guidance counselor. He's his mentor for the season.
Right, yeah. Kind of. But then there's that whole thing with Blinky, who's like his trainer for the...
Right, for the actual troll hunting
So
part.
there's a whole lot of things, there's a whole lot of that they do with the father figure dynamic, and they even touch on it a little bit in season 3.
Even Drawl has his father
whole thing with his father. Yeah, I know
Yeah, I mean the show is written really well. Like, see, like each character has their own kind of backstory, like their own. How do you say mythos? I guess I don't know. It's kind of weird. Did you do what?
Okay, if you want to call it a mythos,
it's kind of a mythos. Like the Toby, the sidekick.
Yeah.
I guess that's what you would call him. He's a sidekick. He ends up being the Yellow Ranger for the season.
Yeah, he starts out as a sidekick, and then they turn it into a team thing.
Yeah. And there's they're a team of troll hunters, right? In different colored costumes.
Team of 3. 2 trolls.
There's 5 of them.
Yeah. And then there's Droll, who comes in later. Starts out as a rival.
Yeah, starts off as a rival. 6th Ranger.
It's great. So yeah, but so season 1 goes on, and season 1 is probably I don't know.
It's the best.
Is it the best?
Definitely.
You think so? Okay.
That the show has to offer, just because it feels like. Yeah, like what you said, like Guillermo Del Toro really wanted to tell this story.
Yeah, he did.
Like, and it just felt so lovingly crafted.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
What did you do?
I'm moving the microphone so that it's a little bit more center.
Nick broke it.
Sorry.
Okay.
What were you saying? Oh yeah, no. Guillermo del Toro definitely wanted to do something like this, especially when we get started, because as soon as we start, Bular's the main villain.
Yeah, Bular's the main villain.
Yeah,
and see, he has that fatherly dynamic too, because Gunmar's his dad. Like, the Fire King and whatever, you know.
Right, and at the beginning of the season, he kills the original Trollhunters, who's Droll's father.
First episode, dude. Like in the first 5 minutes,
that guy's just dead. And
that guy's dead. Played by
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
In only the first episode, which is weird.
Yeah. It's very strange that they brought that guy back. But, I mean, he got, $50,000 to come in and read 2 lines? It's fine.
Yeah, he does pretty good, with especially with the epic line that he's got.
Right.
He's got the one epic line.
And, man, Bular does not screw around.
No.
And Bular is Daishi levels of kill you.
Yeah. Evil.
Will murder you if they get the chance.
Yeah, no. Goblet made from your skull. That's what he says.
That's a great line.
It's a great
I love that line.
It's a Daishi line.
It is.
And we kept saying that throughout the whole thing. He gets taken out halfway through season 1, which kind of feels like a mid-season type of situation.
Yeah.
Because it's basically... that's where things end. Jim's able to take him out, and then as soon as that's over with, they got to worry about... them building this bridge to bring back Gunmar. So they worry about that for the last half of the season. And at the end, Jim goes into the Darklands, which is where Gunmar is, and decides that he's just going to go by himself and kill him.
Yeah. I mean, that's the proper way to do it when you're the Red Ranger, right? I mean, that's the way Tyler did it, so why not?
Yeah, but Tyler did it because... Sledge was going to destroy the
Megazord, and Jim did it because Gunmar was going to come in and kill everybody else.
But he didn't need to go by himself. I think the reason he went by himself was because of the thing that happened to Arg.
Yeah, that's exactly why. And also Droll lost an arm.
Yeah. So he feels really guilty.
So he's like,
get anybody else in danger. So he's just
even though everybody's in danger,
myself. And that seems to be a relative theme that runs throughout the show.
Get the baby is what happened.
He made a promise to Claire, who's his girlfriend in the season, Pink Ranger.
She's like a Black Ranger.
Her brother gets taken by some goblins and replaced with these things called changelings, who are trolls that can take human form.
Like Strickler.
Right. Impure is
the way Gunmar and Bular refer to them.
Right.
Master race or something.
Exactly, yes. So he goes in there and they are able to get him out within like the first 5 episodes of season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that whole thing goes down eventually, but they don't end up stopping Gunmar from getting out.
Yeah.
Of
they think they did,
the Darklands, and basically through certain machinations, he ends up taking over their hideout. And yeah, he's pretty much in power by the end of season 2.
By the end of season 2, and that's exactly where we pick up.
And season 2 was a little bit weird because it's I don't know. Would you say that it's better than season 1, season 2?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Why would you say that?
Again, season 1 is just such a tightly woven story. Like,
right.
This is what it's a superhero.
Yeah. Sorry.
We're doing a thing.
Sorry.
You're gonna look at it now?
No, I'm turning off the thing. That was weird. Yeah, I know. I'm unprofessional. Let's keep going.
Sequels are never as good as the original.
Well, it's not really a sequel though, because the
part 2 isn't bad. Let me start off by saying part 2 is not bad. It's really good. Excuse me. We just get more into
unprofessional.
I burped.
Yeah, unprofessional.
I'm a human. What do you want from me? I didn't leave my phone on.
Unprofessional.
What the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, we get more into the troll kind stuff. That's more of what season 2 is about.
You think so?
It doesn't focus on Jim as a character. It focuses on how it affects the world. We know how it's going to affect our world.
Well, I don't know
at the end of season 1.
If that's necessarily true, because Jim is kind of at the forefront. Because his whole character arc for the show, I think, is him just kind of accepting this role that he's been tasked with.
For season 1?
No, for the whole show.
Okay.
Accepting that I am the troll hunter, this is the thing that I have to do. And there's a lot of moments in season 1, season 2, and season 3 that all kind of play off of that. But for season 2, I think it was more of a, I don't know if I can do this, because he's there in the Darklands by himself, and he's got to face off against Gunmar and all this other stuff, and he's just kind of worried that he doesn't know what to do. And then we got that great episode where, the what if episode that television shows like to do.
Yeah. Turn left and such.
Right, yeah.
For your Doctor Who fans out there.
They did it in Smallville also.
Yeah, they did it in quite a few different... Power Rangers done it before.
Have they really?
Alternate universes?
I don't know.
No?
I mean, I know the only alternate universe thing that I can think of is the one that's in Ninja Storm. But anyway.
I'm sure there's other stuff. But
Probably.
Trollhunters.
Yeah.
So season 3 picks up. We've still... Wait. Gunmar's still alive.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Alright, so we're...
Well, no, because he's taken over the troll market, which is where the trolls live underground in Arcadia.
Right.
And
he's taken
they're
control
kind
of
of
the Heartstone.
They're kind of on the ropes at the end of season 2, and they're going to have to fight back and try to take them out. And the whole theme of season 3 is basically the whole thing around, associated. They reminded me of Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Okay.
Where they're like, you have to kill the Fire Lord. And he's like, I don't know if I can do that. Except here it's flipped where he's like, I gotta kill Gunmar, and everybody else is like, you're human, I don't think you can do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess that's
well,
right.
I mean, because they start off the season Strickler's training him
how to kill.
To fight, and he's like, no, you gotta give in to your baser instincts. You release the power.
Yeah.
Release the hatred, yes.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they just kind of go through all that stuff. Basically culminates, Jim turns into a half-troll.
Yeah.
Because they find Merlin.
They find freaking Merlin. Merlin's tomb.
Yeah.
And wake him up.
By the way, I was thinking about this a lot while they were going through that episode. Because they're trying to find Merlin's tomb. Because Gunmar needs an artifact from there to unleash an ancient witch.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're trying to stop him. And I was looking at it and I was like, this is bizarre because I know I shouldn't do this, but there was a lot of things associated with that episode that I was like, this is a lot like the NinjaGo thing. When they found the tomb of the great Spinjitzu master. Because they go underground. Those crystals look a lot like ice.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just kind of like this.
I'm not allowed to make Power Rangers connection.
That's a little weird.
When it comes to Ninjago,
it's the same. Well, the reason
Ninjago's a Power Ranger show, Nick. I don't know if
the reason I'm bringing it up is because it's the same writers. So I'm just wondering if that's a whole thing. But yeah, no. So Jim turns into this half troll thing, and then everything just kind of turns into Mortal Kombat. It's very awesome.
It also kind of works with the whole voice changing situation.
Well, because they did that earlier. There was a thing about...
Yeah, which I thought was a waste. If you were just going to change the character anyway, then why not wait until then to do the voice change?
Well, I don't think they had enough footage, A. Secondly, I don't think they were going to actually... That was the plan with the whole changing of the... With him basically going into the half-breed mode.
Uh-huh.
So I think out of necessity they had to do it early because they just didn't have enough of Anton's voice to keep it going until we reached the end of it.
Sure.
Or until we reach that point, rather. So instead, they have it to where he takes
we could have done it sooner.
He inhales this sand stuff that kind of gives him into troll instincts.
The rage.
And it messes with his voice, and his voice is different for the rest of the show.
Yeah, that's the way they explain it. Some of the effects are permanent.
Right.
And it changes his voice. It's not bad.
Well, so we were watching it, and you were like, "It is a little bit preachy," and I don't think that's the problem that it was preachy. I just think that it was, for what we were doing, the whole him getting used to being a half-breed thing seemed like it was a, like out of necessity, like that was a thing that they wanted to do, but they didn't sufficiently build on it because they're kind of rushing. There's a lot of things that they do.
They're strapped for time
in the third season that feels like, oh, well, we got to rush until we get to the end.
Yeah, we got to hurry up and stable all these plots together, right. Kind of tie it all with a bow,
right?
Because the idea is that this one thing needs to happen, and then everything good is going to happen, right? That's really not how it goes down. After everything. Like, after everything's said and done, you get kind of like a melancholy ending where it's kind of nice and kind of sad and a little disappointing, but not really. Well, because again, like, the story's not bad though. As a whole, right? As a series, this is a great show. Right. I love everything about this show. There's just, I don't know. It's kind of existentially, I guess, like. Existential.
What are you talking about?
Like, it's not good. It's not bad. The ending. It's just kind of there.
What do you mean? I liked the ending a lot.
Do you know how like Haley was really, really sad at the end of Infinity War?
Okay.
And like, I was kind of like relieved. Right. I was with Thanos. Like, take that sigh. And just be glad that it's over. Okay. That's kind of how I felt. Like, this was a war. This was a battle.
Yeah.
All the way through. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. Just, man, that was a drain. Like, that was... Yeah. That was a roller coaster of stuff that we had to go through.
There's a lot of things... They do a lot of callbacks in Season 3 for the season as a whole, which is kind of your clue in that it's kind of your farewell.
This is the end, yeah.
Which, you know, they do a lot in the finale, but they do mostly throughout the season. Yeah. A lot of different callbacks.
Just scattered throughout. So,
and one of the greatest ones is that great friggin' monologue that Kelsey Grammer gives in, like, the first episode. Yeah. And it's great. And I just... I mean, I kind of get what you mean, because, like, at the end of the show, they kind of... They walk off into the sunset, and everything's like, okay, well, this is where we are now. Right. And then there's that text that says this is dedicated to Anton Yelchin. So I think that was the thing that kind of pushed it over the edge to be more of an emotional thing. Right. So maybe that's what you're talking about.
Like, but this is not just an exclusive to Star Wars or Power Rangers thing. This is an LOTR thing. You know, Frodo gets on the boat, and it's not happy, it's not sad, just is what it is.
Uh-huh. Okay. I don't know if I would necessarily compare it to that. Because it's not as sad, because he's not going to die. I mean, he's basically going to take the troll somewhere else. Yeah. But he's coming back. So.
And Claire's leaving too.
Well, yeah, but she's got to go with him.
And she's got the portal. No, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't. They destroyed that thing at the end.
Yeah. Sorry. A lot of stuff happened in the season. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff to keep up with, but it is a good show. If you like great story-oriented shows like Steven Universe, this is definitely going to be
this is one of the more serious animated series. One that I guess Cartoon Network wouldn't pick up.
Yeah. Well, it's DreamWorks. It would have had to be Nickelodeon, and there's no way that was going to happen.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't have been able to do half the things they did.
Nope.
On this show.
Absolutely not.
And Netflix kind of afforded them the chance to do.
Yeah.
But DreamWorks kind of jumped ship from Nickelodeon. So
They did. I did notice that as of late with all their Power Ranger knockoffs.
What are you talking?
Well, like Top Wing.
You're talking about Nickelodeon. I thought you were talking about DreamWorks Power Ranger knockoff.
No, DreamWorks has their own stuff going on.
Well, no, because DreamWorks had the thing with
the Penguins of Madagascar,
but they kind of jumped
ship. The TV show.
They kind of jumped ship to Netflix as soon as that became a viable series.
Yeah, as soon as Netflix became a platform for entertainment, a lot of people went over there, and I'm very glad that Guillermo Del Toro made this show. I'm very glad that I saw this show.
I'm pretty sure he's happy for it too. It won a lot of awards too. They got a couple of Emmys out of this.
Yeah, it's semi-popular. That is to say, I've never seen like a Trollhunters T-shirt at Walmart, but
that's a good point. Yeah, they don't have T-shirts. The funniest thing though is that like in the lead up to season 3, because I followed the Hageman brothers on Twitter, somebody had mentioned that like they have Trollhunters like Happy Meal toys at Carl's Jr.
Oh my god!
And I guess they didn't know about it because they were like, "Are you serious?" And they get a picture and they're like, "Holy! I didn't know that this was a thing. This is crazy."
I didn't know that either. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I want this show to be popular.
No, it definitely is. It's kind of like a niche thing because it's got its fan base. A lot of people, especially on Twitter, friggin' love this show, and a lot of them are people that came like a crossover from NinjaGo, like myself, because I think that the writing is one of the strengths in NinjaGo. So if you're going to take that and go somewhere else with it, then I'm totally fine. Yeah. The Guillermo Del Toro, like his whole design thing, that's also a thing that kind of pushes it over the edge.
Again, everything in the show looks great. Yeah. You can definitely
There's also a point in season 3 where Claire gets possessed by a witch, and they gotta have to go through the whole horror thing. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that was Guillermo Del Toro being like, "This is what I wanted to do with Silent House." Or Silent Hills, but we didn't. The project died, so let's just do a bunch of this stuff here. Because man, a lot of this stuff was way too far.
Yeah, we did push the envelope.
Couple that with the Hagemans doing the obvious Exorcist reference because they like to do the movie reference thing. I've talked about that already. Yeah. So it was fun.
I like the show a lot. I'm probably gonna watch it again. I'm not gonna lie. As long as that show is available, I'll watch it.
You have children, of course you're going to watch this show again.
As long as the show's available, I will watch it.
Yeah. And I wonder if they're going to give like a full box set of everything. I mean...
I can't imagine why they would.
Well, I mean like a Blu-ray.
I guess.
Type of thing.
I don't know. I would probably buy that. I would like to own... We should probably look for Mortal Kombat Legacy at some point. Just to get it on DVD.
It is on DVD.
I know, but we need to find it because we don't have it.
Right.
It's also on the Blu-ray.
That whole thing makes me sad.
Yeah, that entire thing is sad.
I was really happy for it.
Such a good
and
show.
Then they just kind of dropped it off.
It's over.
It's fine. It's gone. Projects die all the time.
All the time. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
But yeah,
the problem is, now that we have the internet, people can independently make their own stuff. Yeah. And sometimes it doesn't stick around, and you want it back real bad.
Right.
Where did Firefly go?
They hit Serenity.
God,
we got Serenity.
That joke is like 10 years old.
I know, yeah.
Where are my Steven Universe episodes?
Oh no! Don't get into that.
Oh yeah. Hey, for the next podcast, we got some Steven Universe to catch up on.
You realize we haven't talked about the
past 2 years
2 seasons I know. Of this show.
Oh, I know, but I love it, and it doesn't mean we haven't been watching it.
Yeah.
So please join us next time.
Yeah, join us on the Power Chamber Podcast. I'm Nick, aka IronBat1993.
I'm Ice Chip Andy,
and may the Power Chamber protect you. For the glory of Merlin.